Everyone knows the Library of Congress is at the forefront of saving the works of authors and writers. What is not as well known is the library's deep commitment to preserving films. The headquarters of the Film Archive may be in Washington, D.C., but the heart and soul lie in Dayton, Ohio, on the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
In a place where people train to fight, a fight is now being fought, not in the skies or on the seas, but in laboratories and vaults. It's a fight against the clock. Here on Wright-Patterson Air Force Base in Dayton, Ohio, the Library of Congress has dug in its heels against the relentless march of time and its devastating effect on film. Our movies are being ravaged, and something must be done to save them. On a few acres in the American Midwest, something is.
The most important part of my job is actually to preserve the films before they rot, to be perfectly honest. The most important part of the job is time-related. You know, it's speed-related.
No one cares more about film preservation than the crew at the Library of Congress.
Everyone here is really dedicated to the task at hand, and they do it extremely well, extremely well.
But the battle going on here isn't just a fight against the passing days. It's also a struggle against a widespread misconception.
One of the common conceptions or perceptions of the Library of Congress is that we're like the end of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where they wheel the Ark back in some government warehouse somewhere, never to be seen again. That's really not us.
It's nice to know that some of the things I've saved have been played like on American movie classics. They've been played at like Cinecon and things like that. Even if I can't be there to see it myself, it's nice to know that someone is enjoying them, because I think that's what it's really all about.
Their dedication isn't the only thing that sets them apart.
Currently, our program is unique in the respect that we actually have our own working laboratory as part of the program. That's unusual in our area, because no one else currently has a laboratory available. They do all their work at commercial facilities, which do a fine job. But there are certain advantages to being able to do it in-house, because you can get results right away, and it gives us the opportunity to work very closely with particular lab issues such as matching contrasts and exposures and things like that. That we can do basically in-house and see in some cases within a few hours of when we've actually started a project and see some results actually on the screen.
For me, it's like triage in a hospital. When the films come up here, the films that are in the worst condition through decomposition or through misuse or any kind of handling over the years, those are the ones that I want to attend to first.
Unfortunately, there have been a number of films we haven't been able to save. Recently, we just got a very early Harold Lloyd film in that unfortunately most of, or a great deal of the film has actually rotted away. The image is essentially dissolved through nitrate deterioration.
But it's always sad when you're winding through like a really good old silent movie or something, and you've got seems like a beautiful old print or something, and then all at once you get to an area that's decayed. Suddenly it's going tack, 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 tack. And then all of a sudden it's then this awful noise where it's just, you hear the emulsion just shredding, and there's nothing you can do about it.
It's really a shame whenever we get a film and say, oh, if we'd only gotten to this 2 or 3 years earlier, then we could have it, and it would be around forever.
The losses are painful, but it's the satisfaction of success that keeps them coming back day after day.
I recently worked on the original camera negative to the film Alfred Hitchcock's Suspicion. And that one kind of sent a thrill through me, because I knew that this had to be the material that Hitch actually handled, you know. And you could see, you know, it had all the original splices and everything, the way that it was put together. And it was in pretty good shape, except for one reel, reel 7. I don't know what had happened to it at some point in its history, but it had some terrible repairs.
This little notch on the edge of the film here controlled a micro switch that changed the exposure in printing. Now, whoever notched the close-up inserts, and a lot of the notches in Suspicion, made them too deep. As you can see right here, we found them torn. Somebody had put Mylar tape, it's a glorified Scotch tape, over the film to repair the tear. That looked very bad. First thing we did was soak off the existing Mylar tape then went back and carefully redid it, but still, it showed. So what we did is we first printed from the original negative, like you see here, up to the point of the defect. At that point, we cut in an inferior dupe, but that predated the tear, and then back again to the original. This way, it gives us an almost seamless copy of the original, and I believe the average person would not notice the difference. We figure it's the best way to get around some of the problems in material where we have damage like this in the original, and yet have the benefit of printing from the original negative.
So the next time you hear someone mention the Library of Congress, don't think about vast rooms with dusty shelves. Think about the people somewhere in Ohio, working in dark rooms and under bright lights, so the magic that is the movies can flicker across screens forever.
I get a warm fuzzy seeing my kids enjoy the same things that I watched in the movie theaters, although albeit they generally see it on television. At least these images are still available, and then they can watch them, and we can talk. We've got something in common. It ties us together.